The early winter nights in this city are quite beautiful. Although it is a bit chilly, it is nice for two people to drink warm wine and eat some snacks. After a while, I could see wisps of white steam rising from Ji Yan's head. I guessed so too. I took off my coat and continued drinking. Ji Yan, holding her wine glass, suddenly put it down.
It seems like it has been a long time since we've gotten together like this, to drink and chat.
Yes, I really miss the stories you told me in the summer. I finished my wine, the spicy, burning sensation traveling from my mouth to my throat, and then straight to my stomach, quickly dissolving into my bloodstream and flowing to every corner of my body.
I originally wanted to go out for a walk, but after the mining accident, I wasn't in the mood, so I had to come back. But I still heard a lot of stories along the way.
Oh, I was afraid you were in a bad mood, so I didn't ask. What were the stories? I filled my glass again and suddenly realized I was already a little drunk.
The Chinese characters in our country are truly amazing.
Ji Yan, half smiling, dipped her finger in some wine and wrote a character on the table. I looked at it. It was the character for debt. Isn't this the character for debt? What is so amazing about it? I asked, puzzled.
Look, the character for debt is made up of the character for person plus the character for responsibility. It means that debt is a person's responsibility. Many times, people who owe debts do so because they haven't fulfilled their responsibilities. When I was on a train, the person sitting next to me was a teacher. We were bored on a long night, so we told each other stories. This story is the one he told me. This teacher was in his 50s and had just gone out of town for a teaching research conference. Seeing that I was unhappy, he struck up a conversation. His surname was Wu. Teacher Wu told me the story of debt. He said that something like this had happened at his school. That was in 1991, right during the Gulf War. It was a middle school. The students were all 14 or 15 years old, a time of mischief and unruliness. The war outside seemed to be a catalyst for their behavior. Group fights were rampant at school, driving the school leaders, especially the head of discipline, to their wits' end. In a fit of anger, they enacted a rule. In any fight, the person who started it would be held entirely responsible. It sounded reasonable, but trouble still struck. That day, the principal's office was as quiet as ever, when suddenly a commotion erupted downstairs, followed by heart-wrenching cries. The school leaders' offices were in an old, dark building from the 1950s. Even in the sweltering summer heat, stepping inside was instantly gloomy, and the temperature plummeted. A teacher had suggested it, but the principal had refused due to budget constraints, jokingly saying it was cool and comfortable to work in during the summer. But today, it wouldn't be comfortable. Several middle-aged men were carrying a corpse, and a sobbing woman burst in, startling the principal. Several men rushed over, intending to beat the principal, but were stopped. The office erupted in chaos. It turned out the child had suddenly died after a fight the previous day. The discipline director knew about it. The principal summoned the discipline director, and the men, upon seeing him and questioning him, immediately pounced on him and beat him severely. The discipline director's face was covered in blood, and his front teeth were knocked out. Dragged away again, the sobbing woman laboriously pulled the already decomposing body to the center of the crowd, then sat on the ground, pointing at the injured discipline director and cursing. It turned out the child was frequently attacked, and during one of his defenses, the discipline director witnessed it. After asking around, Everyone said the child had started it. So the discipline director, the head of discipline, immediately punished him but didn't punish the others. As a result, the student was bullied and beaten by his classmates every day, suffering terribly. If he fought back, he was punished by the teacher, and the bullies, seeing this, became even more aggressive. As a result, during yesterday's roughhousing, they may have kicked the child's internal organs, causing him to bleed to death. The child's eyes were still open, and because it was summer, multiple bruises were clearly visible on his exposed arms and legs. The head of discipline stood silently by, enduring the insults from the deceased's relatives. Finally, the principal could, to bear it any longer.
What exactly do you want? The incident has already happened. It needs to be resolved. The head of discipline was trying to improve the school's learning environment. Although the responsibility wasn't fully fulfilled, things have come to this point, and a solution is needed.
The principal's words temporarily calmed the relatives. After a while, the tallest man, who had been the most violent, stepped forward. He had triangular eyes and a large red, bulbous nose.
My nephew wouldn't have been beaten to death if it weren't for your ridiculous school rules. You must severely punish the murderer, publicly apologize to my nephew's memorial tablet, observe 3 months of mourning for him, and provide compensation.
The director, upon hearing this, also became angry.
I can accept the rest. I will try my best to compensate you for your losses. But observing 3 months of mourning is absolutely unacceptable. I will never agree to it, even if it kills me.
After saying that, she closed her eyes, bracing herself for the punch. The two started arguing again, and eventually even the police arrived. It eventually went to court, and naturally, the deceased's demands were rejected. On the day of the sentencing, the deceased's relatives glared fiercely at the headmaster, making him feel uneasy. After the sentencing back at the school, the headmaster had just returned to his office when those people suddenly came again, with the other teachers in the office preventing them from approaching the headmaster because it was wrapped in cloth. The headmaster didn't know what it was, and he just happened to catch it. He held it in his arms. The cloth was opened, and the discipline master would never forget the scene he saw. Inside was a bloody human head, the child's head. It lay in the discipline master's arms,